TB Feature is owned by Lawrence D. Henry, racing for the Lucky T Kennel, trained by Fabiola Aseo. TB Feature scored a win in his last qualifying race, and he previously raced at Southland, where he was the favorite in his last 4 races. Number 1, TB Feature, 75 pounds. In post 2 is Wigwam Haas. Wigwam Haas is owned by the Keeters Kennel, racing for the James E. O'Donnell Kennel, trained by Dennis Smith. Wigwam Haas, this Phoenix Invader, loves an inside post and was the favorite in all of his starts here at Hollywood. Wigwam Haas weighing in at 75 pounds, accompanied by his leadout, Alex Borsico. Number 2, Wigwam Haas. Let's also mention the leadout for the number 1 Greyhound. Number 1 Greyhound TB Feature was led out by Leslie Laveau. Number 3 is Brady Brad, accompanied by leadout Lorcan Benjamin. Brady Brad, owned by Alva Flynn, racing for the Newsmaker Incorporated Kennel, trained by Paul Concha. Brady Brad had 2 wins and a second in this year's World Classic qualifying and has scored 7 wins at Hollywood this season. Number 3, Brady Brad, 69 1/2 pounds. In post 4 is Kelso's Kingpin, accompanied by leadout Michelle Borsico. Number 4, Kelso's Kingpin, is owned by John W. Kelly, racing for the James E. O'Donnell Kennel, trained by Dennis Smith. Kelso's Kingpin has never finished worse than 4th and had the most qualifying points in this year's Hollywood World Classic qualifying. He's the youngest participant in this year's race and was entered in the Hollywood Futurity. He is the 2nd O'Donnell entry in tonight's field. Number 4, Kelso's Kingpin, 73 1/2 pounds. Number 5 is Kaido Riverfarer, accompanied by leadout Tim Tumling. Kaido Riverfarer, owned by Dorothy L. Jenkins, racing for the Gendron Kennel, trained by Kurt Chetchuk. Kaido Riverfarer, this speedster comes to Hollywood from Southland and was entered in last year's Greyhound Night of Stars. She is the only female in this race. Number 5, Kaido Riverfarer, 63 1/2 pounds. In post 6 is My Boots Bingham, accompanied by leadout Chris Gonzalez. My Boots Bingham is owned by Lavetta Woodall, racing for the Haber Kennel Incorporated, trained by Terry Haber. My Boots Bingham is a Bluffs Run Invader, sired out of the same father as Wigwam Haas, is one of the most consistent money finishers in this year's field. Number 6, Boots Bingham, 68 pounds. In post 7 is S.A. Gossip, accompanied by leadout Lasonia Brown. S.A. Gossip is owned by Lawrence D. Henry, racing for the Lucky T Kennel, trained by Fabiola Aseo. S.A. Gossip is the 2nd Lucky T entrant and has raced most of his career on the South Florida circuit. He just missed clearing the first turn in his last start. If he clears tonight, he could be a strong factor. Number 7, S.A. Gossip, 68 pounds. And in post 8, Conked Out, accompanied by leadout Michael McCoy. Conked Out is owned by G. Gale Darville, racing for the D.Q. Williams Kennel, trained by Johnny Hartsfield. Conked Out has raced most of his career at Palm Beach and was also entered in last year's World Classic qualifying. He drew a favorable post in tonight's World Classic. Number 8, Conked Out, 74 pounds. Those are the Greyhounds entered in this year's Hollywood World. Here comes Hollywood, and they're off in the World Classic. Going to the front, that's the 2, Wigwam Haas. 4 rushing up on the outside with the 1, followed by the 6, 7, 8, 5, and the 3. They head down the backstretch. Wigwam Haas in front by about 2 lengths over the 4. Kelso's Kingman back to the 7, followed by the 8, 1, and 6. They head around the final turn now. Wigwam Haas the one to catch. Kelso's Kingpin the only one that can do it. followed by the 7 and 6. Through the stretch, Wigwam Haas, the winner of this year's World Classic, followed by the 4, racing third to 7. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, making the trophy presentation on behalf of Hollywood Greyhound Track will be our racing secretary, Mr. Aldo Leone, and our operations manager, Mr. Joe Ryan. We have a myriad of people out on the racetrack. I'm sure I'm going to leave some people out, but I see Ms. Pauline O'Donnell, Mr. Barney O'Donnell. I see a trainer, Dennis Smith. Who else is out there?